Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. It's my pleasure to welcome you all to this session. My name is Mansha Rafiq, and I serve as an assistant professor in the Department of Islamic Economics, Banking and Finance at the International Open University. I'm extremely elated and honored to be conducting this session. And today we will explore how Islamic economics, banking, and finance can shape not just careers, but also contribute to ethical, equitable, and value-based economic systems. So here at IOU, we believe in blending academic excellence with Islamic values. We're not only providing you with the traditional style degrees. And as a part of that mission, I'm excited to walk you through how our programs in particular can empower you to become leaders in the field of Islamic finance. Whether you are looking to work in the financial institutions or you want to become a Sharia scholar or contribute to policy and research, the possibilities are endless. So please feel free to engage, ask questions, and make the most of this session. So this session is divided into three parts. In the first part, we will be talking about the programs that we offer at the economics department, the faculty members who teach those programs, and what are the benefits of studying economics and finance with IOU. In the second part, we will discuss the career opportunities with the degree that we are offering. And finally, some keynotes on banking and finance from an Islamic perspective. Okay, when it comes to the courses, there are four courses in particular that we are offering. The first is the Higher Certificate in Islamic Economics, Banking and Finance. So this is an introductory program, and this is generally for students who want to get basic knowledge about Islamic banking and finance. It covers principles such as prohibition of riba, introduction to Sharia compliant banking, and the role of Islamic financial institutions. So this is ideal for beginners who are transitioning or those who are transitioning from conventional finance background. The second course that we're offering is the Diploma in Islamic Economics, Banking and Finance. This is slightly more advanced than the certificate, and we are diving deeper into applied areas such as Islamic financial contracts, whether sale-based, lease-based, partnership-based, ethics in finance, regulatory frameworks, and this particular diploma will serve as a bridge to a more advanced undergraduate degree and will equip the learners, whoever take up this diploma, with practical skills, some practical skills to work in Islamic financial services. The third and I would say the most important one is the Bachelor of Science in Islamic Economics, Banking and Finance, BSc IEBF. This is a comprehensive undergraduate degree. And here we have a combination of conventional courses as well as Islamic finance courses. So this undergraduate degree blends core economic theory with Islamic jurisprudence. As a student, you will learn about macro and microeconomics. You'll learn about corporate finance, Islamic commercial law, different financial instruments like sukuk and takaful, and graduates after they are done are prepared for roles in banking, investment firms, regulatory bodies, and other future and further academic studies. And of late, we have also started a master's program in our department, which is Master of Science in Islamic Economics, Banking and Finance. This is a postgraduate program, and we are focused more on advanced research, policy analysis, and practical application. So it's mostly a research-based program. We do have some courses that talk about Islamic monetary theory, Islamic capital markets, Sharia governance, and challenges. So basically, it prepares students for senior roles in academia, in policymaking also, and industry leadership. Now, coming to the faculty members. So the faculty members that we have, they possess a strong blend of academic qualifications, including PhDs and, of course, teaching skills. Almost all the faculty members are experts in their subject areas. For example, in Islamic economics, be it financial management, be it from the conventional side or the Islamic finance side. And they try to make complex topics easy for students at all levels. And the faculty at the same time, we as faculty were committed to students academic success and personal growth. We try to engage with the online discussions. We try to provide timely feedback, mentor research projects, and ensure that this learning environment is supportive and interactive. And none of what I said would be possible if there's no teamwork. So, lecturers, tutors, academic coordinators, we all collaborate closely to ensure that course quality and curriculum coherence is always there. So, this approach actually helps us to meet the academic standards and to sustain it and foster a positive and a united learning environment for students all across the globe. And also, very interestingly, the faculty comprises of members from diverse cultural and professional backgrounds. So we are people from different corners of the world, very much like our students who are from different corners of the world. The diversity enriches this academic experience by offering global perspectives on Islamic finance, practices, and legal interpretations as well. So this is a list of staff, faculty members. We have Dr. Bilal Phillips, who is the Vice Chancellor. He doesn't need any introduction. We also have Dr. Mohammed Ehsan, who is the Deputy Vice Chancellor. So, for example, for a course like financial statement analysis, we have Prof. Sultan Hidayat, who's an expert in this course, or Dr. Mufti Asad Gul, who is an expert in Islamic economics. So you can look up all our instructors and faculty members, the research they have done, the expertise before you, if you want to enroll for any of the programs. Now, why should any student opt for IOU? There are a lot of online platforms. So why should we, apply for an online degree? Why should we not go for traditional style teaching? So, because of digital technology, we have a revolution in education. And this revolution has actually removed the geographical and physical barriers and has allowed students or people or anybody who has internet connection to access quality learning. Unlike the traditional models, which is confined to specific regions in classrooms, online learning opens a door to global knowledge sharing. So it ensures inclusivity, it ensures equity in education. So that is number one reason. The second is that you can study anytime. This is one of the key benefits of online education. It's extremely flexible. It empowers you as a student to choose your own study schedule based on your own routine or work commitment. This is extremely helpful for working professionals, for parents, for stay-at-home moms, for students who are working in different time zones and who want to learn and as per and want to fit this as per their schedule. Again, you can learn from anywhere. With platforms that are mobile responsive and cloud-based learning, students can access course materials from virtually any device. So whether you have a smartphone or you have a tablet or desktop, this kind of freedom will allow you as a student to make use of every spare moment. So even if you're traveling, you're commuting, or you're having office breaks, you're actually turning your everyday, spaces into productive learning environments. Of course, Islamized education, which is one of our USPs, its unique selling point. At IOU, we integrate the authentic Islamic values and principles into our curriculum. So we are not only interested in teaching you modern science or modern subjects that are out there or conventional subjects. We talk about Islamic values and principles, and we have them in our curriculum as well, both across the religious subjects as well as the modern subjects. So this helps students to build a balanced worldview. You will be equipped with professional knowledge, and at the same time, you'll be nurturing spiritual and ethical development based on the Islamic teachings. Affordable fees. Again, it's a very important point. Here at IOU, we recognize the global financial disparities. We understand that, different, there are certain low income countries and there are certain underdeveloped countries, which is why we use a sliding fee scale, which is based on the student's country development index. The intention is to make higher education accessible to everyone. So this model ensures that should not become a barrier for students in low income countries or in developing regions. And in this way, we can promote global educational equality. And of course, the most important reason, again, is the accredited degrees. Anyone who wants to pursue a degree is always looking for a degree that is accredited. So we offer officially recognized degrees that meet international academic standards, both institutional and program-specific accreditations we have. This will add, credibility to your qualification, of course, and ensure that your degree is acceptable by employers in academic institutions if you want to pursue further studies and all across the globe. So like I said, the Ministry of Higher Education, Research, Science and Technology in the Republic of Gambia granted the International Open University a license to operate online and operate as an online university in 2014. And also the National Accreditation and Quality Assurance Authority granted the International Open University institutional and program accreditation for its bachelor's and master's degree starting in 2019. Now, coming to the second part, the career opportunities with IEBF degrees. I've listed about 7 or 8 options here, but of course, the possibilities are limitless. And there are many other opportunities that are out there after you're done with your degree. But just to start with a few, the first and I would say the most interesting one is financial consultancy. So, a financial consultant is somebody who has an expertise in Islamic finance. Here, we're talking about you as a financial consultant with an expertise in Islamic finance. You can help clients manage wealth, manage their investments, and financial planning while ensuring that all the dealings are Sharia compliant. This may involve advising on halal investment portfolios. You can advise them on retirement savings, on their zakat obligations, on estate planning under Islamic inheritance, and business structuring that avoids riba. So, as a consultant, you can work with individuals, you can work with family businesses, NGOs, and even corporations to develop ethical, socially responsible, and profitable financial strategies. So, especially in regions where conventional finance is dominating, if you are a consultant, you can help Muslim clients navigate halal options out of all the conventional options that are available with broader financial systems. So, the first career opportunity I would say is working as a financial consultant. Number second is Islamic banking. You can work in an Islamic bank, as we know that Islamic banking is a fast growing sector globally. It offers roles such as product development, specialists, relationship managers, analysts, compliance officers, branch managers, and many other roles. As an employee in this field, you will have to structure financial products using Islamic contracts. For example, murabaha, which is a sale-based contracts, or you will have to structure products based on profit and sharing approach using the mudaraba contract or ijara, or using a leasing contract, and so on and so forth. So instead of earning from interest, banks profit through asset-based transactions and risk sharing, these Islamic banks. And as a professional, you will also have to ensure that clients understand the religious foundations of each product so that you can promote this ethical banking that encourages social justice, transparency, and community welfare. So the second sector where you can work is the Islamic banking sector. Number three is as a Sharia advisor. So Sharia advisors are scholars who are or trained professionals who specialize in Islamic commercial jurisprudence, which is also called as fiqh al-muamalat. So you need another degree. Anybody who wants to pursue a degree, who wants to study Islamic finance, will have to study conventional finance. You need to have knowledge about conventional subjects like corporate finance, accounting, etc. You can't simply be interested. If you're interested in just Islamic finance subjects, the information that you have will not be enough. So, as a Sharia advisor, you should have knowledge of fiqh al-muamalat and also of how modern financial systems operate. And you can work being a Sharia advisor with Islamic banks, you with takaful companies, you can work with investment firms, in Sharia boards, be a part of Sharia board that is responsible for evaluating contracts, reviewing product structures, and issuing fatwas, legal opinions on whether a particular product is permissible or not. As a Sharia advisor, you will also have to conduct internal audits, provide training, basically, act as a bridge between religious teachings and modern financial innovation. And for this particular role, if you want to, work as a Sharia advisor, post your degree, you will might also have to do some certification from bodies like the AUFI, which is the Accounting and Auditing of Islamic Financial Institutions. The fourth option would be a regulatory agency. So, as a professional in this domain, you'll work with national or international financial regulatory authorities like the central banks, security commissions, or Islamic financial standard setters like the AUFI that I mentioned, or the IFSB, which is the Islamic Financial Services Board. So these bodies, they contribute to the formulation of policies. They monitor compliance among institutions. So if you are working in this particular role, this is more applicable in countries that are operating on dual banking system, which means they have conventional banking system as well and Islamic. And the fifth one is bank regulatory. So this is basically Islamic supervision with central banks. So bank regulators, they specialize in Islamic finance work with central banks or monetary policy authorities to supervise Islamic financial institutions. So you will have to assess whether institutions follow Islamic financial standards and remain solvent, liquid, and stable. Your task will include stress testing, evaluating risk management systems, and ensuring adherence to national and international standards. For example, the Basel III with Sharia modifications. You'll also have to support the design of Islamic monetary tools and develop legal frameworks that accommodate Islamic products like sukuk, ensuring that banks are actually, banks can compete with the faith-based integrity. Fifth, and one of the most important, is academic research. And this is something where, Islamic finance sector needs to improve a lot. So with the growth of Islamic finance, there is a high demand of researchers and academics uh, who will study economic impact, product innovation, governance structures, ethical dimension. There are endless number of topics that can be researched on. Academic researchers, as an academic researcher, you can contribute by publishing your articles, presenting your work at conferences, you can write textbooks, influence public policy. You may work in university as well, also, or some research centers, policy think tanks, and this path of research is ideal for those who enjoy critical analysis or who enjoy teaching, and who are very much interested in contributing to the intellectual foundations of the Islamic economic system. So again, this is one area which really needs help, I would say, in the Islamic finance sector. Industry development. Again, this is very important. Here in this role, you will focus on innovation and expansion. So if you're working in an industry, your role would be to focus on innovation and expansion within the Islamic finance ecosystem. For example, you'll be working with fintech companies to develop digital Islamic banking apps, halal investment platforms, AI-based powered zakat calculators, or blockchain-based sukuk issuance systems. So as a professional, you'll have to collaborate with different, with people from different sectors. You'll have to collaborate with product developers. You'll have to collaborate with technologists, scholars, marketing experts, and design a user-friendly Sharia-compliant financial tool. for modern consumers. You also can work in startup hubs. There are so many options here in innovation departments of Islamic banks or sometimes in policy advocacy organizations. The intention here is to make Islamic finance accessible, not only accessible, but also tech savvy and globally competitive. So these are some of the things that we have highlighted here as career opportunities, and there are many other opportunities out there. You can start your own business in a Sharia compliant way. It's not important that you should be an employee. You can be an employer and employ people while starting your own business. Part three, keynotes on banking and finance from an Islamic perspective. So, when we say keynotes on banking and finance from an Islamic perspective, I here try to, I'm trying to provide a concise summary of the important concepts, principles, and practices that are related to Islamic banking and finance, so that you have a little bit of an idea about the degrees that we're offering, what all. Obviously, it's not possible to share all the content, but just a glimpse of what all we actually cover in the courses that we're offering. The core principles of Islamic finance. Islamic finance is governed by ethical and legal principles which are derived from Sharia. The foundation principles include the first and most important is prohibition of riba, which is interest. We know that in Islam, charging or paying interest on loans is strictly forbidden. And instead, Islamic finance promotes profit sharing and risk sharing arrangements. So, this is one of the core principles of Islamic finance, the foundation of Islamic finance, the foundation on which Islamic finance is built on. The second one is avoidance of gharar or uncertainty and maisir, which is gambling. So, contracts that involve excessive uncertainty or speculative behavior are not allowed. So, this ensures that all terms are clear and agreed upon by both parties, and there's no uncertainty that can lead to conflict in the future. The third principle is investment in halal permissible activities. Funds must be invested in businesses and activities that are not prohibited by Islamic law. So you cannot invest in alcohol industry, in pork, in gambling, entertainment industry. All of this investment is impermissible as per the Sharia. Risk sharing again is a very important principle. Transactions should involve the sharing of risk between parties. This creates a sense of fairness and accountability. Unlike conventional finance, where risk is actually being transferred from the lender to the borrower, in Islamic finance, we believe in sharing the risk. So the parties are sharing the risk, and this creates a sense of fairness and accountability. Asset backed financing. All financial transactions must be backed by tangible assets or services. So, money should not generate more money without an underlying productive activity. For example, in conventional finance, we have the concept of time value of money, where we are actually, generating money on money itself. But we don't have that here. So, we believe in Islamic finance that transactions should be backed by tangible assets. Another very important principle is social justice and ethical conduct. Islamic finance emphasizes justice. We try to emphasize on transparency and ethical treatment of all stakeholders. This is a very big part of Islamic finance, and we are focusing us very strongly on community welfare and financial inclusion. The key contracts and financial products. All of these, again, are covered in depth in the programs that we offer. Islamic banking employs specific contracts to structure financial products in Sharia compliant manner. There are a number of contracts. I've just highlighted the important ones or the more popular ones. The first one is Murabaha or cost plus financing. This is a sale based contract. Here, a bank purchases an item and sells it to customer at a markup with full disclosure on the cost and profit margin. So it's very different from a conventional loan because here, when the bank, purchases an item, the bank also takes the risk. So one might say that this markup is very similar to interest, but that's not the case. In case of interest, the bank is not actually taking any risk, conventional bank, but here the bank is actually buying that item for you. So there is some risk involved in that. And then it is selling it with a markup. And this markup also is, disclosed. And the profit margin is also disclosed. The second one is Mudaraba or profit sharing. This is a partnership based contract where one party provides the capital. This party is called Rabbal Mal, a capital provider, and the other party offers the expertise in management or entrepreneurship. That person is called the Mudarib. So profits are shared as agreed. There's a profit sharing ratio which is decided when signing the contract, but the losses are only borne by the capital provider. They are only borne by the Rabbal Mal, and the entrepreneur or the Mudarib only loses his effort. So this is Mudaraba is one of the partnership based contracts. The second contract, partnership based contract, is Musharaka or joint venture. Here, all partners contribute capital and they share profits and losses according to agreed ratios. So this is again very popular. Then we have ijara, which is leasing. This is a contract where bank will buy an asset and lease it to the client for a fixed rental fee. Ownership will remain with the bank during this leasing period. And all of these contracts, their relevance in Sharia or the whole structure, all of this we discuss in detail in the courses that we offer. Each contract that I've mentioned right now is covered in like one unit or in one module. It takes about 1 or 2 hours to explain these contracts in depth, and we also have some case studies to help students understand, how these are applied in the real world. Then we have sukuk, which is the Islamic counterpart for bonds, Islamic bonds. These are basically asset-backed securities where investors will receive returns from profits that are generated by the underlying assets rather than interest payments. Takaful, which is Islamic insurance. This is a cooperative insurance system where members they contribute to a pool of funds to protect each other against risk or loss. So these are some contracts that I've mentioned here. There's a contract of Wakala, there's contract of Wadia, Juala, and many other contracts, Istisna, that we cover in depth in the courses that we provide. Now, the role of Sharia and Islamic finance. We know that all financial products, all transactions, they must comply with Sharia. They have to be Sharia compliant. So for that, we need a Sharia supervisory board. Each Islamic financial institution will appoint a board of Islamic scholars. These scholars will review the contracts, they will review the operations, they will approve it or they will not approve it, they will have some objections, and they will also oversee products and operations. So there's a whole process of screening. This is called Sharia auditing and screening that happens to make sure that the products are Sharia compliant in the true sense. Fatwas and product approval. Sharia boards also, like I said, issue fatwas, which is legal opinions, to certify the permissibility of products based on their knowledge of Sharia. After analyzing the contracts in depth, they will decide whether the particular contract is permissible or not, and they also have to continuously monitor the ongoing compliance. So the role of Sharia and Islamic finance, of course, is very important. Now, what are the differences between Islamic and conventional banking? There are many differences. Again, I've highlighted just a number of them here to give you a basic idea. The first and most important difference is the revenue model, how they generate revenue. Conventional banks earn money through interest on loans. We all know that. Islamic banks generate profit through trade, leasing, and equity participation. So these are the two models that they operate on. It's conventional finance solely on interest on loans, and Islamic banks will generate profit through trade, through leasing, and through equity participation, because they also, share the risk among the parties. The risk distribution. Islamic finance promotes risk sharing. Like I said, conventional banking often transfers risk entirely to the borrower. Once you've taken the loan, it is your problem. How you're going to repay it. So the risk is actually being transferred to the borrower. Asset orientation. Islamic finance is asset backed and transaction based, and it ensures real economic activity. Conventional banking may involve synthetic or derivative products which are speculative in nature. Ethical screening. Islamic banks often screen investments. Like I said, for Sharia compliance, it's very important to screen investments. Unlike conventional banks, they don't really care about ethics or religious aspects. Profit and loss sharing. Islamic finance contracts, for example, Mudaraba and Musharaka, which are partnership-based contracts, they promote shared responsibility in outcomes, unlike fixed returns in conventional loans. Now, institutions and regulatory frameworks that are important in the Islamic finance industry. The first and probably the most important is the Accounting and Auditing Organization for Islamic Financial Institutions. This is a body that sets global standards for Islamic finance practices, for accounting and governance. And this organization also provides certain certifications that you can find on their websites, and you can actually be AUFI certified. You can be a Sharia certified Sharia auditor or accountant based on the certifications that they offer only if you clear that exam. And then we also have the Islamic Financial Services Board. This organization or body provides guidelines to ensure stability and soundness in Islamic financial institutions. We also have the Islamic Development Bank, which is a multilateral institution that promotes Islamic economic development and financial cooperation among member countries. And of course, in some countries like Malaysia, Pakistan, we have the National Sharia Advisory Councils. They basically, central Sharia boards, they provide overarching guidance and rulings for the industry. Now, what are the challenges and opportunities? Of course, challenges are many, and so are the opportunities. The first challenge is global integration. Islamic finance is facing a lot of challenges in harmonizing standards across jurisdictions and integrating with the global financial system. So, this has been going on for long now. Number second is product innovation. There is a need for innovative Sharia compliant product. We have to, be at par with the conventional finance products when it comes to innovation, not involving interest. So there is a need for innovative Sharia compliant products, but especially in fintech because it's the need of the hour, so that we can meet the evolving demands of consumers. So this is again a challenge. Regulatory diversity. Again, we have diverse interpretations of Sharia across regions, which can complicate the product standardization and cross-border operations. So sometimes we have Sharia scholars who are from different school of thought, and one scholar might say that a particular contract is acceptable as Sharia compliant. Another one might differ. So this diversity, in interpretations sometimes create problems and it complicate the product standardization. Talent development. Again, this is a challenge. There's a huge shortage of professionals who have dual expertise. So we either have people who have expertise only in Sharia, they don't have any expertise on conventional finance, or we'll have people who have expertise only in conventional finance with no knowledge about Sharia. So there is a shortage of professionals who have expertise both in Sharia and finance. This actually, highlights the need for specialized education and training, where we can have people who are equipped with both. Ethical finance demands. So there is a global rise in interest. There is a rise in interest in ethical and sustainable finance, and Islamic finance has an opportunity here to expand its reach and relevance because of this rise in interest in ethical and sustainable finance degree. That was all from me. That brings us to the conclusion of today's session. Like I said, our aim was to introduce you to the programs we offer and highlight how you can, make meaningful contribution after completing your degree. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comments below. Thank you for your time and attention.